Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Had breakfast, everyone? Very good. How you been? Good? Okay. Okay. Today's session is regarding RC. Okay. For the upcoming exam, some of you guys are totally dependent on RC, isn't it? Yes? Don't be. Okay, it's not a good strategy, but anyway, it's too late to decide about the strategy as of now because you have only 5-6 days. So today, we'll read the comprehensions, that is passages. We'll analyze them. Okay? We'll discuss some of the PYQs and also wherever required, we'll frame a strategy. In the CSAT, the biggest strategy is choosing and leaving a question. Okay, which question has to be left and move on, which question has to be chosen and defended with conclusive answers. Okay, that's the biggest strategy. Okay, done by SHAMANTH sir. My Telegram ID. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. See, basically, your comprehension will be having three parts. One is the passage itself. Afterwards, options. Okay, what has to be comprehended there? All three sections, madam. If I don't understand the passage, okay, by merely reading the question, can I get an accurate answer? No, I might get a fluke answer sometimes, but not accurate. Okay, let's say I understood the passage, but I couldn't able to decode the requirement of the question. Okay, but still in a general way, sometimes I can get an answer there. Okay, generally. Okay, but still, if you do not understand this one, you don't get accurate answer every time. Okay, and also if you don't understand the options itself, okay, or else if they are too close, all 3-4 options are very close, in that case also, what to do? So at this point only you can leave a question. If you don't understand the passage, okay, I can understand that everybody's comprehension skill regarding English is not same. Okay, some might be good in maths, but in comprehension when it comes to the English, some of their comprehension is weak. So if you don't understand the passage, what to do? In some cases, take a chance of reading once more. Okay, not all the cases. In some cases, okay, if you have a confidence that if I read once again, I can able to understand. If that is the case, then go for another reading. If not, what to do? Skip at this point only. Okay, no need to go for this one. Anything, whatever you do, if you don't understand here, will be a fluke. Okay, and UPSC almost has negated all the fluke chances of probability of getting answer through fluke techniques. Okay. Next, if I don't understand the requirement, okay, but still I can take a chance there. If you don't understand the passage, don't take a chance. If you don't understand the requirement, then also I can take a chance in some cases. But if you understand this one, I'll make you understand this part. Okay, then definitely you'll get an accuracy of out of 10, 8 to 9. Meaning, you have chosen 10 questions and you have made 8 to 9 right answers. What about 1 or 2? What about 1 or 2? Leave. Rather than making mistake, leaving. Getting? Okay. Now, RC is one of the, among 3 sections, which is quant, reasoning and comprehension. The most time consuming is RC. Because in the previous sessions, we have seen that in some of the cases of quant, we have solved the question in 10-15 seconds also. Okay, but till now from the past 12, 13, 14 years, okay, no question of RC can be solved in less than 2 minutes. In less than 2 minutes, 1.5 to 2 minutes on an average. Okay, sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 minutes also if it is a bigger passage. Okay, having 3 to 4 questions sometimes. Hence, do not depend on only RC because that's a time consuming one. Okay. Now, what is the passage? Basically, the first part. Passage in its simplest level, meaning it will be given such that you can understand this one. Not a big vocabulary, okay, not framed by any Shashutta rule. Okay, this will be for a general purpose only. General passage is a formal account of certain facts, views. Okay, facts is what? A statistics you can say, a data you can say, okay, or else an history you can say, a science you can say, isn't it? These are all facts only, which is proven already. Views, perspectives, opinions, okay, of author, of a researcher, okay, researchers, okay, based on the previous research, it can be concluded that this kind of views he'll express. Problems, situations, yeah. What is the difference between a problem and a situation? Every time you will be placed under a situation, okay, he expects you to address the situation. If you don't address it properly, it becomes what? Problematic. Okay, sometimes reversible, sometimes point of no return, irreversible. Okay, every time you will be in a situation, isn't it or not? Okay, you are in a situation of going for an exam. If you don't prepare well, problem. If you prepare well, you can eliminate the problem, or else you can reduce the effect of the problem, isn't it? Okay. Affect, effect. What is the difference? This is the influence, affect, okay, which is affecting. This is the result, consequence, isn't it? Okay, affect and an effect, or else in a general term we call it as cause and a effect. Cause and effect. For every effect, whether it's positive or negative, always there will be a what? Cause. Okay, you have to identify these areas. Okay, yeah. Next, expressed in the words. Sometimes it can also be data driven. Okay, philosophical. Data also has given complete data only. Okay, chart. Philosophical, historical learnings, universal facts, etc. Okay, all the combination of these words will become what? Passages. So most of the time, with good presence of mind, with decent vocab, with focus, if you read a passage, you must be able to understand. That much of comprehension everybody must have. Okay. Yeah. What are the types of passages we can expect? The areas of passages. Environmental, can we expect? Some of you might have gone through the PYQs. Nodidira. Environmental, related to what? Evolution. Yes, evolution theory, many times he has been given. Fossil fuels, yes, fuels, energy, farmer issue, water issues, agriculture, food security, especially agriculture and food security, many times. Okay, UPSC is obsessed with food security. Okay, yeah, what are the two major future problems? One is food security, another one is migration. Okay, future problem is migration and, yeah, that can be interstate, intercountry, anywhere. Food security, then climate change, rainfall, global warming, pollution, wildlife related, okay, many such areas. And also polity related, governance, policy framing, okay, inequality, injustice, disputes, rights, objectives, okay, duties, many cases. Economy related, what are the things we can expect from the economy? A passage related to economy means, yeah, okay, comparison, GDP, okay, whether it's a proper criteria to compare the GDP of a developing country with a developed country, okay, or else, yeah, many criteria, lacunas are there in the GDP comparison itself. And also demography dividend, okay, investment, prosperity, capitalism, okay, and also, yeah, energy needs, policies on energy, okay, development issues, okay, how it can be addressed, related to economy as well as polity, isn't it? They'll reinforce one and each other. They'll give a support to one and each other. Okay, a good economy will provided by good polity, isn't it? Yeah, good polity and good governance. Societal issues and also social issues. What are the social issues? Unemployment, poverty, whatever you see in the society, whatever the situation, problems. Okay, everything, health, education, anything. Okay, everything. Yeah, hygiene, schooling, malnutrition, culture, parenting. Is it a societal issue? In one or the other way, okay, who are the enemy number one at a certain age, after 16 to 21, 22? Parents, isn't it? Second, yeah, science, R&D, innovation, technology, okay, and nowadays, yeah, and also genetics, okay, based on the food security, many a times genetics. And also international relation, war, treaties, disputes, trade, economy, okay, sharing of water, sharing of border, disputes, everywhere. That's what. And also miscellaneous like mental health, he'll be talking about in many passages, leadership qualities, goals, okay, how a leader has to be, how a leader will emerge, okay, religion, philosophical, okay, these are the areas typically we can expect the passages from. Is this new for you guys? No. In everyday reading, you will come across in your current affairs, in your newspaper reading, in your magazine reading, whatever you are reading, okay, one or the other way, they'll relate to all those things. Okay. Now, what are the key points here? You have to keep in mind while going through the RC. First and major thing, your comprehension skill has to be good, or else it has to be improved, okay, in a daily basis. As of now, okay, since you are going for, some of you guys are writing the exam seriously, it has to be good. Meaning, whatever you are going through reading, you must be able to understand at what time? After we give the key answers, after I came and explain all those things, details. No, at this point of time, okay, that's what. At that point of time, if you are capable of understanding, then that's what's comprehension skill. Okay, you must have a decent comprehension skill, highlighting and underlining important information. This is very important according to me, because it's not a general reading, okay, from top to bottom. Not everything is necessary. Okay, while going through, because sometimes it's a very big lengthy passages. I have seen a passage of one full paper, okay, one full page also attracts 3 to 4, 5 questions also. So what to do? Most of the information which I have read in the beginning, okay, while I go till the end, I'll be forgetting most of the details. What to do, madam? Underline and connect the dots there. Okay, connect them, so that you'll get an holistic idea about the passage. Getting? Okay. Now, and also identify the types of question being asked. We'll discuss about this one, keywords. Look for the context. Okay. Though same things, whatever in the passage has been given in the option, okay, with the same words, but they might be in a different context. Okay. And also synonymous words, synonymous sentence, okay, which gives you the same meaning. Most of the time, okay, see, in your during school days, you used to mark answer number 1 from 1 to 1, okay, 2, isn't it? Many of you guys have done this one. Question number 2 answer. On what basis you used to choose this answer? Words, keywords, isn't it or not? Do not apply the same technique here. It doesn't work. Okay, most of the time UPSC gives you that feeling, okay, but it has to be synonymous. Okay, it has to align with the meaning of the given passage only. Focus on the structure of the passage. Okay, we'll work on this one. How to identify the extreme words and all. Okay, practice active reading. Yeah, what do you mean by active reading? You have to picturize. Okay, whenever you are reading, going through, you have to picturize and you have to relate to your personal experience and knowledge all the time. But you have to answer to the requirement of the question from the above passage only. Though you are relating many things to your knowledge, okay, sometimes it helps you to eliminate some of the options or else to get a clear picture. But still, you have to answer from the boundary of the passage only. Okay, every time he asks which is the most valid assumption from the given passage, which is the most crucial inference from the given passage, what is the corollary from the given passage, what is the message given in the passage. So, not according to your knowledge source, it has to be from the passages only. Understood? So, if you don't understand the passage, whatever you do afterwards is a fluke thing. Okay? That's what? Active reading technique. Options elimination. This is the last resort I want you to depend on. Okay, options. In some cases, whenever there is a combination like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, okay, UPSC sometimes out of 10 question in 6 to 7 or 8 times he'll help you to eliminate. If you eliminate 1 or 2 options, okay, you can narrow down the answer there. But you cannot depend only on this. You have to totally depend on what? Understanding the whole passage. To understand the whole passage, okay, question, everything, then naturally you should get an answer there. Okay, not every time, only through elimination. Elimination helps, not in all the cases. Getting? Okay. Yeah. How do you eliminate? On what are the basis for elimination? If it is an out of context. Okay, if you are seeing that nothing, the contextual option whatever given is not in the context of the passage, can I eliminate it? Yes. Okay, out of context. Extreme. Okay, if he says yes, in the option says if it is no, okay, couldn't, wouldn't. In those cases, extreme, that would be. Or else extreme, something which can't be practiced only. Very irrational things, okay, irrational things. That's also an extreme one, isn't it? Can we change the climate change? Can we stop the climate change? Can we stop the climate change? No, why not? It's a natural phenomena, okay, with humans, without humans, nature has to change, isn't it, one or the other way? But with humans' effort, anthropogenic reasons, it is happening in a faster rate, isn't it or not? Okay, so whenever you see these kind of extreme words, okay, those can't be practiced. And also irrational, without any reason, a proper reasoning illde hodre, okay, which is not acceptable, okay, in a real time, which is not logical, okay, in that case also. Superfluous means what? More than necessary, okay. If you are talking more than necessary, then that's a superfluous talking. If you are writing more than necessary to prove your own point, that's more than necessary, superfluous things, okay. Disproportionate, what do you mean by disproportionate? The comparison is not matching there. I will kill the elephant using a needle. That's disproportionate. Though I can do it, that's a disproportionate thing, right? Okay, I can kill a mosquito using a sword anbitre, maadbodu agalla anta alla. But what? That's a disproportionate comparison, isn't it? Hence, those kind of things. And also impractical. What do you mean by impractical? What does it mean by practical? What can be put into practice? Daily na maadbodu. Impractical means which can't be put into practice, okay? See, India can have its colony in Mars, okay? Though it's, okay, in the future. Today, as it now, it's very impractical, right? Okay, we are trying to colonize. No, we don't know, 300, 400 years down the line. Okay, ಇರಬಹುದೇನೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಸ್ಕ್ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Yeah, and also one case, though true in the real world but not aligned with the passage, you have to answer from the passage only. Though it is true from your knowledge source, but if it is not proven from the passage, then also you can eliminate the option. Got it? So reading an option then going for a passage, it's not at all a sound strategy. Okay, some of them I have seen in UPSC. Sometimes it works, and they'll take only those kind of passages, and they'll prove that, okay, see, by reading the passage and after going for, by reading the options, then go for a passage, same words, same sentence, it works. Okay, antade tagondu onsu rumne drama aadtirtare. Okay, understood this part? Yeah, keywords or the directive words. Majority of the questions, okay, majority of the questions, for example, see. Yeah, this is the approximate breakup of the questions year-wise from the last 5 years or 10 years also. You can take not much of the difference. Earlier we used to see, I have seen 36, 37 passages also. Okay, 36 and 40 something, 2013, 14 somewhere. Okay, here now it's been, we can say 27, 28, max to max 30 ಬರ್ಬಹುದು. Okay, and majority of the questions are from where? Assumption. Okay, inference. Messages nowadays are asking more. Okay. See, basically, okay, these keywords are of 3 types. One is assumption, one is inference, and another one is a message or idea based. Okay, these messages, and also we can say the outcome based. Okay, assumption, inference, we'll take this one in a detailed manner. Crux, idea, message, thematically they are one and the same. What is the crux of the passage? What is the whole idea of the passage? What is the message of the passage? Okay, we cannot differentiate. There is no much of the differentiation between all of this. Okay, we'll keep it in a one category here. Implication and implies is nothing but what? Outcomes. Most of the time it will be implication. What are the implications, okay, from the above passage? And also this corollary is also an outcome only. Okay, corollary. We'll take this one in a detailed manner. Assumption, inference. So majority of the question we can expect from where? Assumption, inference, message. Okay, if you are thorough with this one, then others also can decode in one or the other form. Okay, madam, don't worry, I can share all those things with you. Okay, just sit and enjoy. I don't want you to ruin your Sunday. Okay, just enjoy. And also, see, for these keywords, there will be adjectives like most logical, corollary. Okay, what do you mean by logical one? okay, which can be what? Acceptable, isn't it? To our basic sense, it has to get acceptable, okay, with reasoning, logical, rational, with, yeah, reasoning it has to be. Practical, you know that. It's a, yeah, you can put it into practice. Put it into practice. Plausible, what do you mean by plausible? Yeah, how chances, or else you can say are reasonably done. Reasonable chances, okay, plausible, which can be done reasonably, okay, and also crucial, critical. Critical is something which is in urgent need. Crucial is important, but not necessarily it has to be in a very urgent manner, okay. Yeah, whatever the climate change policies, can it be critical? No, immediately overnight we can't do anything here. It has to be what? It's a crucial thing which has to be very important, okay. On a very important basis we have to address it, but not in a very critical case, okay. Critical, see, critically endangered species, it's not a crucial endangered. Critically means what? Immediately actions to be taken, okay. It might be very less in numbers there, anything can happen in a few days, weeks, months there, hence, okay. And also what? Scientific, okay. Scientific is supported with facts, science, proven facts, okay. Whatever it can prove it is called science, scientific. Understood? So these are the kind of adjectives for the keywords we can say, okay. Rational inference, practical message, okay, or else a plausible crux can be, and also a crucial message given, a critical inference, okay, isn't it or not? Doesn't make a lot of difference, but still he uses, okay, UPSC uses in most of the passages for the keywords, okay. Yeah, this is the breakup. Assumption, inference, message, nodi ille agogtade somewhere. Miscellaneous only 1, 2, 3, 4 and also 8 sometimes, okay. If you are know how to deal with this, also miscellaneous, you can say corollary here, then definitely any other questions also you can deal. Understood? Okay, we'll take the first keyword here now. ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಲೋ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದು. Okay, any doubt here? Ask me some doubts. ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಡೌಟ್ ರಜಾ ಹೇಳು, ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳೋದು ನೀನೇ ಕೇಳು, ಅವನೇ ಕೇಳು. How's your preparation, those who are writing the exam? Good? Okay, good is very good. How about the routine? Sleeping well? ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಿದ್ದೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಸಾಕು, 5 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, okay. Last 1 week if you are capable of holding yourself, okay, adrenaline rush irtade, that's why you don't get sleep sometimes. What to do? Do not force your sleep, you will stress out, okay. It has to be natural. ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಲಗಿ, 5 ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Your accuracy of 5 questions definitely in GS as well as, yeah, okay. Now see, if you know how to go through any comprehension, then definitely there also there is a chance of 3 or 4 accuracy. Wherever you are making mistake, that can be avoided and can also convert it into a right answer, okay. Yes, isn't it? Sometimes we'll overlook, we'll misread, overread, okay, we'll miss the details only sometimes, isn't it? Because of what? Absent minded, okay. Mugdodru saku, dizziness, always will be keeping for moving, okay, rather than focusing at that point. So that's what, do not force yourself to complete the paper, okay. You'll be having certain number of questions in mind, right? Ist ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರೋ. Do not force, okay. If you count the number of questions, it doesn't changes, okay. It has to be natural process. ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ರಿ ಇದು? ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ಯಾ? ರಿಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ತಡಿ. Yeah, what is an assumption? Basically, what is an assumption? What is an assumption? Hello. Imagination. Imagination is assumption. He says imagination. Unsaid idea. Okay. What is an idea? Thought. Okay. What is an idea? Can you elaborate? What is an idea? Anybody? Anybody? Come on. Okay. Your friend ಗೊಂದು idea ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ನೀನು ಕೊಡ ಅವನಿಗೊಂದು idea. ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ? Why do you give an idea to your friend? It helps, definitely. Can you prove that it will help? No. Okay. I'll keep in mind that this is going to work. According to who? Okay. Isn't it or not? But I'm not saying all those words. That's an unsaid one. But I just giving an idea by keeping in mind that this is going to work according to me. But I cannot prove it explicitly. That's implicit in my mind. Isn't it or not? Okay. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಎಲ್ಲೋಯ್ತ್ರಿ? Yeah, go through the definition of assumption. Sorry. ಆಯ್ತಾ? Okay, it's an idea. Basically an idea. Which is thought to be true. Okay. According to the one who's giving an idea, or else according to the speaker. But it can't be what? Not explicitly proven or supported by facts. It's not directly supported by facts, but it's an implicit one. Okay. In this kind of communication, the speaker leaves certain ideas unsaid, which works as a link between statement and a conclusion. To get to the conclusion required, you have to establish that link. Though it's unsaid, there will be a feeling in that passage, okay, which gives you a link between the conclusion, whatever required, okay, and also the given statement or the passage. These unsaid ideas are on the speaker's mind before making the statement. He keeps the idea in mind first, after frames these words. Okay. These unsaid ideas are very much implied in the statement. Okay. Now, if I say, I will pass the exam, okay, is it, whatever I'm saying, is it certain or uncertain? I will pass the exam. I may pass the exam, which is uncertain. I may. Okay. An idea is always may, could, would. Okay. It's always what? It's an indefinite one. Hence, take the help of keywords in the statement and assumption. Differentiate it between the words which are definitive and non-definitive. Because whenever I'm giving an idea which can't be proven, means it can happen. It might happen. Probably it happens. Sometimes it happens. Fews. Okay, once upon a time it happened. These are the what? Indefinitive words. So, whenever you are looking for an assumption, always keep in mind the keywords, indefinitive keywords. What are the indefinitive or extreme keywords there? Definitive keywords. Only if I say, okay, only, okay, he has arrived only once. Is it definitive or indefinitive? Definite. Okay, it can't be an idea. It can't be an assumption. Okay, it's a conclusion, that is whatever already has happened. Okay, I'm giving the fact in front of it. Like not, never, all. Okay, all the farmers has to follow this one, or else few farmers are following this. Okay, there is a difference. Now, similarly, last, must, should, can, essential, guarantee. Okay, this one, essential is important. Guarantees. Guarantee is what? Definitive word. It's an extreme word. And also indefinitive words like may, could, would, few. Okay, few is uncountable, right? Many, how many? We don't know. Uncountable. These are the assumptions. Okay, probably, subtle, how subtle? We don't know. Okay, isn't it? You have to work on these keywords in the case of assumptions. Okay. Now, there is a statement here. What the statement says? The Indian hockey team is unable to rise to the occasion. What do you mean by unable to rise to the occasion? That's an idiom. Yeah, they are not able to perform in a certain event and tournament. Okay, the team should be trained by the army. There is a statement given. Now, based on this statement, what are the following? See, I have given 5 assumptions, which is the most valid assumption from the above statement. Try to work what we can assume, or else from the given assumption, what is the valid one? Lost? Can be more than one also. Only 2. 2 and 5. Is it 2 and 5? Now, certain words are said by a speaker. What is he keeping in mind while saying these words? What is he keeping in mind while saying these words? He is disappointed by their performance, can I say? But he has not mentioned his disappointment. Okay, he is saying these words. Can I get that feeling? Yes. Okay, since I can say a fan is disappointed, or else the speaker is disappointed there. And also, whatever there is happening is unacceptable. It's not desirable. Then only you give a suggestion, right? What do you give a suggestion? Whatever is happening is not acceptable. Okay, desirable, or not acceptable. Hence, he has given a suggestion. Okay, or else we can say, if it is a valid assumption, okay, if it is left to you, one of the valid assumption is the performance of the team is not acceptable. That is also a valid assumption there, isn't it? Though he hasn't mentioned it explicitly. Okay, though he hasn't mentioned it explicitly, but we can prove from his words, right? That's implicit in his words. Understood? Okay, then. The team should be trained by the army. The team should be trained by the army. Okay, now. Army training is the best method. Okay, if I say this is a valid assumption, if I ask him, can you prove it, it is the best method available? Can you prove it? No. Okay, if I say it is one of the best method, then that would be case, right? This is an extreme one, right? Okay, hence we can eliminate this one. Next, army training is a reasonably good solution. Okay, used in a very subtle way, right? This is what these kind of words will be used in the case of assumptions. Reasonably good solution, isn't it or not? Now, can he prove it? It's not about proving. We can imply it from his words. That is a reasonably good solution. Yes. Army training is the only solution. Is it the only solution? No, we don't know that. He cannot prove also, isn't it, of the present problem that the Indian hockey team is facing. Army training will definitely put. Can I eliminate this one? Yes. Okay. Army training would probably solve the performance. Yes. Yes. 2 and 5 will be the most valid assumptions, isn't it? Understood how to work in the case of assumptions? Okay. Shall I move? Okay, now I'll give you statements. You make the assumptions. Okay, let's see. There is a statement. Join our training institute to become master of reasoning. There is an advertisement, madam. Okay. Why do you advertise? I am keeping a certain idea in mind, but I am not sharing those ideas, but I am sharing these words. What is the idea when I am keeping in mind and giving an advertisement? What is the intention behind any advertisement? Profit entana? Can you prove it? It's profit only. Aage agute. It may attract students. Okay. It may attract students, or else it may enroll the students in more in number. More is a relatively, it's an indefinitive case only. More in number. That's what I'm expecting, right? But I'm not saying all those words. Am I saying all those words? No. That is what my idea keeping in mind and saying these words. Isn't it, sir? Ilakidivala coffee teacups are not allowed inside the classroom. Thinking that students may see this. First hakirodenike. Yeah, the poster or else the notice on this, the people may notice. After noticing, they may follow. If they follow, there may be cleanliness, isn't it? That's all the assumption I'm keeping in mind and putting these words. But I'm not sharing that explicitly. That's all implied. Adakke tane adra hinde irutta adella implied meaning. Understood? Okay, that's what. Join our training institute to become a master in reasoning. Yeah. You heard Bodiga. If anybody joins the institute, definitely he'll become master. No, he may, yeah, his performance may improve. Synonyms. Okay, his performance may improve. He may do well in the exam. He may qualify. He could be, okay, probably mastering the reasoning. He will master. No. Okay, we cannot prove it. We cannot prove it. Okay, understood? Okay, I'll give one more. You make the assumption. There is a notice again. Why do you put a notice like this? So that people may see it, isn't it or not? That's a basic assumption of the any notice, isn't it? Isn't it? What is the assumption when you are coming to the class today? You may learn something. Okay, you will learn, definitely. Okay, may happen, sometimes may not happen. Okay, isn't it? Yeah, that's a point you are keeping in mind. Do not put hands out of the running bus on notice. Notice has been put on the bus, inside the bus. Okay, thinking that people may, will not put hands, may not put hands. Okay, probably the accidents can be avoided by putting notices in the public transport. Synonym, isn't it or not? Okay, that also can be a valid assumption there. Understood? Okay. Students are weak or strong? Weak, okay. Weak in English. Come on. Weak in English. They should be made, yeah. Okay. Quoted by a teacher, let's say. Practice may help to improve, or else students being weak in English is not acceptable, is not desirable. Isn't it or not? That's an also valid assumption. Hence, one of the teacher is giving a suggestion that what? They should be in practice more. If they practice more, what might happen? Yeah, they may perform well in English, isn't it? Synonym word, synonym sentence can be with the same meaning, isn't it? Okay. Managers are made in heaven according to this statement. Come on. Maybe what? Maybe false or true, you know. For some it will be marriages. For some, marriages means it's a definite, right? Marriages are made in heaven. For some it is heaven, huh? For some not, it's not in heaven. Then made in heaven. Okay, that's an idiom there. Yakapa. Everyone will get married. Can you prove it? Everyone will get married. May get married. Everyone may bandre. Most of them. Okay, few of them, many of them. Isn't it? Yeah. Marriages are made in heaven. According to this passage, one thing we can assume is, okay, the speaker believes that heaven exists. Okay, the speaker believes that heaven exists. That's his belief, right? He keeps in mind. Okay, if I ask him, can you prove it? There is a heaven. He can't prove it, but that's implicit in his words. Okay, he has a belief there is an heaven, something, isn't it? Understood? Okay. We'll go to some of the papers now. Okay, questions. Visible, right? Kanutalla eldrigo? Kanidararu munde barubekaste. Yeah, this is asked in 2021. Do not disturb others. Focus. Go through it. Don't be in a hurry. Whenever you are starting, go slow. First few minutes slow. A, B, D, B. Asked you to go through the passage. Don't worry about answering. Go through the passage. If you have the paper, okay, if you have this question, start underlining. If you have paper and a pen, write down the key points there which is required to get the answer. Come through practice, don't worry. Not a difficult passage to understand, right? Okay, very general passage here. What he says? Yeah, he begins with the indefinitive words because the requirement itself is what? Assumption. Approximately 80% of all what? Flowering plant species. Is he talking about the flowers? Flowering plant species, okay. It's not about only the flower. Flowering plant will flower. All the plants, okay. Majority of the plants will flower, right? Yeah. Are pollinated by what? Animals, including birds and mammals. But the main pollinators are insects. So majority of the pollination is done by what? Insects, we can assume, isn't it? Yeah. Pollination is responsible for providing us who? Humans, okay, nature or else, with a wide variety of food, as well as many plant-derived medicines. Okay, medicines. What kind of medicines? Plant-based medicines. At least 1/3 of, this is the minimum, at least 1/3 of the world's agricultural crops. What are we talking about? The crops which are being under the agriculture, okay, agriculture fields, depend upon pollination. This is around the world data, not about Indian context, around the world pollination. Bees are the most dominant taxa when it comes to the pollination, and they are crucial to more than 400 crops. Can we say majority of the crops? Can we say majority of the crops here? We don't know how many crops are there. Do we know whether there are 500,000, 20,000? No. We cannot assume that 400 is the majority. How come? That becomes a superfluous assumption, more than necessary. Understood? 400 helidane. Is it very large? We don't know. We don't have any sufficient idea there. Pollination is an essential service that is the result of intricate relationship between plants and animals. Okay, animals are the pollinators. Okay, plant supports again the animals to pollinate again. Isn't it? That's symbiotic there. And the reduction or the loss of either affects what? The survival of both. Okay, they are interdependent. Can we assume? Yes. Effective pollination requires resources such as refuge of pristine natural vegetation. Can I say forest? Natural forest? Yes. Understood? Okay. If you have understood this one, if you have linked most of the cases here, this has to be, see, which of the following assumptions? Some of the assumptions are made, which of them are valid? Sustainable production of India's cereal food grains is impossible without the diversity of pollinating animals. Without the diversity of pollinating animals. See, he has said many things here, but has he mentioned anywhere India's context or else only cereal context? No. Though he has mentioned here 400 species, can we consider cereal also comes under which? Yes, we can assume as of now. Let's keep this. Do not eliminate in the first place itself. Keep this one. Monoculture of horticulture crops hampers the survival of insects. Is it about horticulture crops, madam, or flowering species of plants? Horticulture is only flowers, isn't it or not? Yes, this is about only flowers. Is he talking about only flowers? No. Understood? Okay, see, monoculture of horticulture crops hampers the survival of insects. This is not about only culturing of the flowers. Flowers ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. What is he saying? Flowering plant species. Understood? Hence, we can eliminate this point here itself. And also, pollinators became scarce in cultivated area, devoid of what? Natural vegetation. See, to be effective, what it requires? Natural vegetation. If there is no natural vegetation, what happens? There will be devoid. Okay? Devoid of what? Yeah, natural vegetation. Pollinators become scarce. To be effective pollination, what is required? Pristine natural vegetation, right? If there is no natural vegetation, there will be a scarcity of pollinator itself, right? Can I agree with this one? Yes. Diversity in insects induces diversity of plants. Do they? Plants and animals. If there is a diverse, okay, plant species, there will be diverse animals. If there is a diverse animals, there will be pollination. There will be diverse. So, what are the most appropriate options? Which is 3 and 4. Horticulture and majorly, okay, flowering. Isn't it or not? Majorly flowering. But he says what here? Flowering plant species. Whatever it might be. Okay, it might be in a natural vegetation. This is a human made, isn't it or not? He is not expecting anything about the only human here. Okay, flowering plant species is a broader term, isn't it? Nowadays, monoculture of horticulture crops andre ಏನು? Okay, take one more now. Yeah. The OGP students getting how to read. Focus. Do not force yourself to answer every time. Answering is the last part. That has to be a natural process. Okay, your understanding will become your answer. Okay, you heard of fig, right? Fig, Anjura, Attiyennu, they are all of same family, okay, are considered sacred in India, East Asia and Africa, and are common in even the agricultural lands as well as urban landscape. You can relate this one, okay, if you are reading actively, then you can relate all this, okay. Do you have fig trees in your village? No, most of the areas they will be having. Fig, have you seen? ಅತ್ತಿ ಮರ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ವನ್ರಿ ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಿರಲ್ರಿ ಅತ್ತಿ ಮರ ಬರಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣ್ಣು ತಿನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬದುಕಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂತ ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಹೊಡಿತಾರಲ್ಲ. Where other large trees are absent. Okay, see, is it a big tree? Yes, okay, at least you must have that idea. Okay, it's a very big tree, it grows very big. Where other large trees are absent, where other large woody trees are absent. In natural forest, fig trees provide food for wildlife when other resources are scarce. When it is giving food, when the other resources are what? Scarce here. And also support what? High density of diversity of frugivorous. You might have seen many small animals, okay, small birds will be getting attracted towards the fig trees. Okay, fruit eating animals, frugivorous. Okay, this is when they provide food for when their sources are scarce in the natural vegetation. That is, we can say forest. If frugivorous birds and bats continue to visit fig trees located in sites with high human nutrient conserving and resilient to, oh, something mixed here. Okay. Backhander ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Wait, till here this belongs to, I think, different passage here. ಎಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇದೆ? No. ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಪ್ಪ ಹೈ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ? This one. Okay. High human nutrient. Okay, high human. I think mixed ಆಗಿದೆ. Where is it? Survey. ಇದಾ? Correct? Okay. If frugivorous birds and bats continue to visit the fig trees located in the sites with high human disturbances. What are those sites with high human disturbances? Agriculture land and urban landscapes. Okay. Sacred fig trees. What are the fig trees are? Sacred fig trees may promote, he says, may promote frugivorous abundance. Because of what? Pollination again, isn't it? If the frugivorous are keep getting attracted towards the fig trees, then we can expect more frugivorous abundance, promote, isn't it? Okay. Under the favorable microclimate, plenty of seedlings of other tree species would grow around fig trees. Why? Because of pollination, we can say, isn't it? Okay. Hence, can I say fig tree can often be keystone species, can often is a indefinitive word. Okay. Many a times we can say keystone species in natural forest. Can we say, okay, very similar passage was given for one of the animal of forest, considered as keystone species. Keystone animal. Which is that animal? What are the animals which are considered as keystone animals in the forest? Tiger we can see, elephants we can see, isn't it? Okay, major predators, and also the one which are in herds. Okay, yeah, that's what. See, similarly, fig trees can often be keystone species in natural forest. Why they are considered keystone? Because they are providing food when there is what? Scarcity of resources. That is why it is considered as what? Keystone. In where? Not in agriculture land or urban landscape. They are providing food in the natural forest only. That's why they are considered as keystone. Okay, remember this. Fig trees can grow where other large woody species cannot grow. Look at this one. You can see the fig trees in agriculture land and urban landscape where other large trees are absent. Why other large trees are absent? Because of fig trees, other large trees are absent. Huh? Does it have any special quality or property feature so that where other large woody trees can't grow, it can grow? No. They are considered as what? Sacred. Hence, okay, other trees are being chopped off. This has been left out there. Okay, adu pooje ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಬೇರೆದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿದು ಮನೆ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಕಿಟಕಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ. So fig trees can grow where other large woody trees cannot grow? No, that doesn't have any special property. They are considered as sacred. Hence, we have left them, okay, in the urban landscape and also the agriculture land. See, depends on what? Comprehension there. Okay, sacred trees. Sacred trees, can I consider fig trees? Can have a role in biodiversity conservation. Yes, yes, they helps in pollination. They helps in resource, okay, providing food, isn't it? Yes. Next, fig trees have a role in the seed dispersal of other tree species. Are the fig trees are playing the role or the frugivorous are playing the role there? But indirectly or directly, okay, frugivorous are getting attracted to what? Fig trees. So fig trees are the one who's playing the role, right? So what's your option? B na D na? D na? D ala? Okay, 1, 3 and 4. Understood? Do not get confused here at the last point. If you get confused at the last point, if I eliminate 4, okay, I left with what? 1 and 2 and 3. Only 3 hakpidtivi. Okay, depends on your understanding. Getting? Can I move this? Okay. Yeah, come on. Again, an assumption there. Read slow. Nidana ಓದೋದು ಕಲಿ. You have an answer? Forget about answer. Okay. Give me some of the observations here. Try to summarize. Anybody try to summarize? Yes, madam. Hmm. In not only emerging. Example, isn't it? Yeah. Then it seems highly probable that mass consumption in these countries could be well poised to create a. So can we expect food insecurity in the future? Yes, sir. Isn't it or not? Yeah. Policymakers and media have placed the blame for skyrocketing food prices on the variety of factors, many factors. Okay, they are keeping the blame here. Policymakers as well as the media, including high fuel prices, bad weather in key food producing countries. Okay, in the key food producing countries, what we are facing there? Isn't it? Are we facing? Yes, every day. Okay, bad weather. Yes, isn't it? Which can impact food crisis, isn't it? Which can induce food crisis in the future. Okay, which will, which can. Okay, we don't know what is happening. Anything in future has to be can, would, may, isn't it? Okay, food producing countries and the diversion of land to. Is it happening? Isn't it? Okay, you will be in the land acquisitions only, no? For what? Agriculture land, being AC, DC. Okay, acquire ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ road. Okay, increased emphasis, however, has been placed on a surge in demand for food from the most populous countries. Okay, so can we say most populous countries, emerging economies, which are population density is very high, there we can expect food crisis in the future? We can expect, isn't it, from the above passage? That's what he keeps in mind, the idea. Okay, now, assumption from the above passage. Oil producing countries are one of the reasons for high food prices. Again, read. ಯಾಕೆ? Oil producing countries are not responsible. Oil price is responsible. That's a different thing. Okay, what about the countries? Countries, we can't blame them. The price of the oil. Okay, there is a difference there. Understood? Hence, see, oil producing countries are one of the reasons for the high food prices. No, he's not talking about the oil producing countries. He is talking about what? Fuel prices. Not necessarily all the prices has been fixed by the countries itself. Okay, it's a upeg, right? Market that does. If there is a food crisis in the world in the near future, okay, we can expect, right? Expect, that's what if. It will be in the emerging economies. Will it be in the any emerging economies? No, not necessarily. It has to be what? Depends on the population. So what's your option? Neither one nor two. Okay, decode them. Read between the lines. Read part by part. Decode. Okay, this will help majority of the times in your GS paper. Okay, shall we move? Don't worry, you'll learn. Okay, your accuracy will improve. Come on, be attentive, focus. Breakfast aida? Yes, no. Okay, next week this time already your GS1 complete agirutte. What you are doing? Whatever you are doing, same thing you will be doing in that time only. 3 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. We have a question to answer. Keep in mind, we're not going through newspaper. Books pudadalla. There are details. Okay. Always the devil lies in B, D. See, a central message. Okay. Development means what? Okay, without income growth, if I say there is a development, do you agree? No, they are proportional, right? Development means what in economy? Your income has to grow. Okay. Now, we measure the development in terms of what? Growth means GDP. But in theory, if GDP creates employment, see, there is a rising GDP means it has to create what? Employment. Theoretically, that is. Okay, on the paper, that is. But is it happening? No, he's critical about it. That's what. Though we are having a robust GDP growth, okay, but there is no creation of employment, neither the investment opportunities. Inflationary ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, okay, our growth. As income grow in a country where the level of GDP was once low, household, communities and governments are increasingly able to set aside some funds. Okay, even the what? Households, communities, okay, and also governments are increasingly able to set aside some funds, means savings have been happening. Okay, and the savings for the production of things that make for a good life, investment. Okay, today GDP has assumed such a significant place in the development lexicon that if someone mentions economic growth, we mean it's a GDP growth. Now, rising GDP is essential for a country to be a developed country. Rising GDP is essential for a country to be a developed country. This is not a criteria of fixing a country whether a developing or a developed country. It's what? Development is different. Okay, in a country, and a developed country is different. Okay, and also income growth is different, developed country is different. Okay, that's a parameter here, right? It's a criteria here. We are not talking about any criteria. This is related to the GDP growth will be income growth. Isn't it or not? This is what directly proportional. Income growth doesn't mean that the country will become developed. Okay, we can see if my income is increasing, what happens? Income growth. I can save more, right? I can invest more. That doesn't mean that the country itself is developed there. Getting? Okay. Rising GDP guarantees. If there is a rise in the GDP, then there will be a guaranteed reasonable distribution of income to all households. He is critical about it. Ade ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Though there is a GDP growth, okay, in theory, GDP growth has to result in what? Employment and also investment opportunities. But it is not happening everywhere, every time, not for all households. Getting? This is indefinite, right? Okay, assumption can't be definite. Hence, what is the option? Neither one, not. Okay, sir. Which year I don't know, but the recent times only. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತಾ ಆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು. Come on. Don't worry. Okay, mistakes are obvious. We are here to improve, no? Okay. If you keep on improving, keep on reading, after some 10, 12, your accuracy will improve. Will enhance it. Do not disturb the others. ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿರೋನು ಏನದು ಏನದು. Don't worry. ಬಿಡ ಅವನ್ನ. 2019, huh? Yeah, guys, do you have an answer? 2 only. Not a difficult passage. Again, in a study, he's talking about what? Let us study. Fact. Scientists compare the microbiomes of poorly nourished and well nourished. This is a comparison of microbiomes between poorly and well nourished infants. Okay, who are infants? What is the age group? Yes, less than 12 months. Okay. 1 year, right? And young children also, he says. Okay, we can consider up to 1 to 3 years, 1 to 5 years. Gut microbes were isolated from fecal samples of malnourished and healthy children. The microbiomes was immature and less diverse in malnourished children. Okay, it was what? It was not mature also, it was not diverse also, compared to the better developed mature microbiome found in the healthy children of the same age. According to some studies, he says, according to the studies, facts, okay, the chemical composition of mother's milk has shown the presence of modified sugar. This is not utilized by the baby for its own nutrition. Okay, he's talking about poorly nourished baby. Okay, the chemical composition of mother's milk has shown the presence of modified sugar that is not utilized by the baby for its own nutrition. However, the bacteria constituting the infant's microbiome thrive on this sugar, which serves as their food. Malnourished mothers have low level of this sugar. Okay, why the babies are not utilizing? Because the mothers are not producing this kind of sugar there. Why? They are all malnourished. So the malnourished mothers will be leading to malnourished babies, isn't it? Sugar in their milk. Consequently, the microbiomes of their infant fail to mature. That in turn leads to what? Malnourished babies, isn't it? Okay. Processed probiotic foods are a solution. Has he given any solution here? Okay, let's read completely. Solution: to treat the children suffering from malnutrition due to immature gut bacteria composition. Though this is true, okay, from our knowledge source, but we cannot prove from the above passage. Okay, isn't it or not? Hence, we can eliminate this one. And also he says processed one. Okay, he's not talking about buttermilk or mushroom. Okay, processed one. Yakult kudiri enta. The babies of malnourished mothers generally tend to be malnourished. Is it generally or all? Generally, of course. See, assumption kind of words. Yes. So, 2-1. That's right. Very good. Okay. Don't know, 23, 24 ಏನೋ ಇರಬೇಕು ನೋಡಿ. According to the, you heard of FAO, right? Food and Agriculture Organization. '24. ನೋಡೋಣ. Both 1 and 2. Neither. Only one. Okay, what is the summary of the passage here? Food wastage. Okay, yeah. What are the major reasons for food wastage, madam? Where it is happening? From point A to point B, wherever you start producing it, okay, in the transportation, reaching everywhere, as well as in the storage also, isn't it? And also while cooking, after cooking, everywhere wastage only, right? Effectively, isn't it? Okay. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, 1/3 of the food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. Okay, it's not only in India, it's globally. Food is lost or wasted throughout the supply chain from initial agriculture production to the final household consumption. The increasing wastage also results in, the consequences are, land degradation by about 45%, mainly due to what? Deforestation. Okay, if you are wasting food, we need more food to feed every time. So what do? We create agricultural lands by what? Deforestation. And also what? We use bad practices, agriculture practices, isn't it, which are not sustainable. Okay, more and more groundwater required, excessive groundwater. The energy spent over wasted food, cooking again beko. We need energy, right? Fossil fuels. Okay, more and more fossil fuels. Generates what? Carbon dioxide production every year. Decay also, okay, methane, isn't it? Decay also leads to harmful emission of other gases into the atmosphere. Okay, addressing the loss and wastage of food in all forms is, what do you mean by critical? Has to be addressed immediately, isn't it? To complete the cycle of food sufficiency and also sustainability. Okay, there is sufficient food, but wastage has to be reduced critically. Okay, food sustainability, okay, it has to be continued for the next generation. Okay, also the food, see what he is saying, he is giving a suggestion also here. The food distribution mechanism needs to be what? Is he giving that sense here? Is he keeping that idea in mind? Isn't he? Ade idea na itkontane idanella helirodu. Okay, the whole thing is about what? Reducing the wastage means what? We have to revisit it, we have to reimagine it. Critically, it has to be done here. Okay, yes, and made effective to reduce the loss as well as wastage. Okay, that's a strong argument here. Next, ensuring the reduction of wastage and loss of food is a social and moral responsibility. Agree, from our knowledge source. Okay, namugadu, for of all citizens. Okay, ensuring the reduction of wastage and loss of food is a social and moral responsibility of all citizens is a valid assumption from the above passage. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಮರ ಕಡಿಯೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮರ ಕಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಆಲ್ ಸಿಟಿಸನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, though it's whatever he says, it's not explicitly given anywhere or implicit meaning. Okay, can you suggest any word or sentence which gives you an implied meaning of all the citizens' social and moral responsibilities avoiding the wastage or loss of food? No. Okay, understood? Even in the last also he has said what? Address it. Not in this way, social and moral responsibilities we can't say there. Okay, since we can't prove this one here, okay, implicitly also the only option left is one only. Okay, or else if you have lot of ambiguity, what to do? You can leave a question always. Okay, not necessarily all 27 28 questions has to be marked. Okay, yeah, come on. Also I guess same year 24. I've taken the last 5 years. Okay, sometimes it's printed here. Approximately 10 questions you will get from assumption only. Okay, majority of the time assumptions say mistake agadu. Sir, got an idea what is an assumption? What a fair idea. The more you practice, your accuracy will improve. Do not just read, comprehend while reading. 24th paper, sir. Madam, question number 13. 13 ನೋಡಪ್ಪ. Okay, don't worry. Okay, afterwards, let's see. Okay, not every voice on the internet commands the same kind of audience. Okay, further if I go, when anonymous private entities with high capital can pay more space for their opinions. We can witness this one, right? Okay, they are buying more space, okay, and they are proving themselves. So, if you have high capital, can you get more space in the internet? Yes. Okay, means it's not what? Inclusive. Okay, it's not including everyone. It's not taking everyone to confidence, not giving equal share for everyone. Internet, isn't it? They are effectively buying a louder voice, and also if they are buying the space, then their voice becomes loud enough. Okay, it can reach enough. If political discourse in the digital space is a matter of outshining one's opponent till the election is won, then the quality of politics what? Suffers. Okay, their voice will be loud only till the elections are won. Okay, this is the case. If this is the intention, then the politics always what? Suffers. The focus of social media is restricted to the promotion of content, isn't it? That's what we are witnessing. That generates more users, engagement, regardless of how inflammatory the content may be. Okay, it might be, see, it might discourse, it might create discourse most of the time, right? Maybe. Based on the above passage, following assumptions. Internet is not inclusive, can we say? Yes. Okay, whoever can have high capital, they are buying the space and they are loud enough. Okay, and they are pushing their agendas, winning the election. They are winning the elections nowadays using the social media only, isn't it? Yes. Internet can adversely affect the quality of politics in a country. Can adversely affect? Is it affecting? Is the politics is suffering because of these louder voices? Okay, because of their agenda to win only the election? Is it happening? Yes. Internet can adversely affect the quality of politics. Is the quality of politics is getting affected? Yes. Internet can do it. It is happening, isn't it? Can ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. Will do it? No. Can do it? It's happening. So, got it? Getting an idea? Okay. Mistakes ಆಗ್ತದೆ, don't worry. Okay, in the exam, see, I have taken some of the good questions here. That's why. Okay. In correct model, conventional way, you definitely will do it. Wherever the mistakes can happen. Okay, I want to improve your accuracy in that area. Oh, conventional classroom by emphasizing fixed duration over learning effectiveness. Come on. Do not have an intention of marking a question, okay, while reading itself. Mark ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ತಪ್ಪಾದರೂ mark ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Okay, it has to be a natural outcome there. Your answers depends on your comprehension, and comprehension is a skill. Okay, sir. D? D, many Ds. Not a difficult to understand passage, right? Okay. Fixed duration learning, conventional classrooms. Every learner is subjected to the same set of lectures in the same duration also, isn't it or not? Your learning speed may differ there, but you have to learn in the same time, same subjects. In the end, a few learners shine, some survive, and the rest are left behind. Only few learners will shine. Okay, after the fixed duration, the classroom models move on with not a thought spared for those left behind. Okay, so the classroom conventionally will be for only, works only for few. Okay, others who are what? Left behind, and we are not focusing enough on the left behinds there. After the fixed duration, the classroom model move on and there will be spared for those left behind. This is how we end up with 10% employability for our graduates. Even after a decade and a half of formal education, we could able to create or else absorb only 10% of the students from conventional classroom to employment. Repeating the same ineffectual script in the realm of skill education. If I do the same practice in the case of skill education also, will not produce different result. Idane skill education anta hesaru itbiಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, okay, by just changing the name or else changing the your grades or something, okay, if I do the same practice, it doesn't help much. Okay, now as a large number of workers in our country, are employed in a unorganized sector, India does not need to change the present conventional classroom. No, he's critical about it, right? This has to be addressed, revisited. Hence, even with its present conventional classroom system of education, India produces sufficient number of skilled workers. Is it? No. Okay, he's not saying, see, that's what, if it is done in the skill education, same result. Okay, so easily we can say this is neither one nor two. Okay, madam. What ಈ ತರದ್ದಲ್ಲ? Okay, anybody can do at least 10 questions there. But we cannot rely only on the RC. 22 paper different agittu. Okay, little bit RC was on the tougher side only. Here 19, 20. ಇಲ್ಲ 4 ಏನದು? Okay, didn't understood the passage in the first time, do not go for answering it. Okay, you want in the exam, you take a chance. If not, leave. Okay, out and out, leave. ಹೌದಾ? ಏನ್ರಿ ಯಾಕ್ರಿ ಡಿ? ಹೇಳಿ, ಗುಡ್. Why not 1? Okay, why the second case? For anyone who aspires to be a leader. Okay, What if somebody can't able to study? Is it about merely studying the history? Studying is not about the conventional studying process, whatever book and studying. No, it's about understanding the things. That's what the crux here. Okay, the philosophical part. Let's see, madam. Nodi, there is a more than a modicum of truth in the assertion that modicum is a small amount of truth, more than a small amount of truth. Okay, in the assertion that a working knowledge of ancient history. Focus here. Nodi, necessary to the intelligent interpretation of current events. Okay, you want to understand the current events, what is happening now. You have to interpret what? The history. Adike itihasa kaliyadu. Okay, isn't it? Modern history. Modern history len kalitive now. How progressively the society changed and what are the accounts we are having. Okay, before that what happened, what progressive done, nothing. Okay, yeah. But the sage who uttered these words of wisdom might well have added something on the benefits of studying, particularly the famous what? Battles of history. For what? The lessons. The lessons to learn. You have to revisit the famous battles of history. Okay. Alwa. Now, they contain what? Those of us who lead or aspire to leadership. Okay. When do a leader will thrive or else rise? When do a leader rise? TVK, Vijay, when did he? Battles. Isn't it? Modern day battles are elections, isn't it or not? Yeah, battles. Okay, that is where our leader will be perished or else leader will be raised, isn't it? That's why to want to become a leader, then go for the battles. Okay, they have a lessons, not to learn the battle, learn the lessons from the battle. Such a study will reveal certain qualities and attributes which enable the winners to win. That's what the analysis every time going on after the elections, right? And certain deficiencies which cause the losers to lose. And the student, who's a student here? The one who is aspiring to become a leader. Okay, we'll see that the same pattern recurs consistently again and again throughout the, so whatever is happening, witnessing, going on today. Okay, it's not the first time. It's already happened many of the times. Okay, that's why we have to revisit the history. Okay, a study of the famous battle. Is it about the study of the famous battle in history? In history would help us understand the modern warfare. Is it about understanding the modern warfare only? No. Okay, it's about the events, whatever is happening. It's not about learning the warfare. It's about learning the lessons from the warfare. Getting? Okay, now, studying the history. This is merely studying the history is essential for anyone? No. Okay, it's not about studying at all. It's about the learning part. Okay, okay, understood here? So what is the answer? Neither one nor two. Okay, now, in the first place, we struggle to understand this passage, right? Okay, much of a philosophical side, isn't it? And also, there is a difference. There was a confusion here. In that case, what to do? Leave. This is a leaving kind of passage. Okay, it requires little bit of more basic sense and also at that point of time, presence of mind. Just theoretically. If not, leave. Okay. UPSC talks about everything. Twenty-five. 4. A. ಹೌದಾ? They tend to be dominating and assertive. Don't know. Not difficult over that. Maybe. When a child reaches adolescence, there is a choice of conflict between parents and the child. Okay, I'll choose anything, whatever I need. Okay, I'll act myself. The parent says, no, as of now, you are not yet ready. Okay, I'll choose for you. Since the latter considers himself to be by now quite capable of managing his own affairs, while the former are filled with parental, okay, they don't listen, right? Okay, yeah, because of what? What is the thing which is behind that? Love, okay, love of power, huh? What has been, which is often a disguise for love of power only? Okay, love of power. Parents consider usually that the various moral problems which arise in adolescence are peculiarly their province. Whose province? Parents' province. Okay, they'll take care of all the decisions. The options they express, however, are so dogmatic. Dogmatic means what? Without reasoning, you cannot accept it. Okay, dogmatic. That the young seldom confide in them. Seldom is very rarely confide in them, and usually go their own way in secret. Okay, what do? Will you agree with them? Okay, without agreeing, you will do it what? Secret ag mada kelsa ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದ? ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾರ ನೊಂದ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. Okay, yeah, adolescent doesn't feel comfortable with his parents because they tend to be dominating. Do they, from the passage, tend to be dominating? And assertive also. Assertive means expressive, not receiving, just expressing. Can we consider? Yes, in a way. Nangu gottilla answer idu. The adolescent of modern times doesn't have much respect for parents. It's not about the respect here, right? We can eliminate this one. Okay, what about this? Is it right? Irbohudu. Irbohudu alla answer. Yeah, this also disguise of love of power. Yeah, and also what is? One is valid. Seems like assertive. Okay, dominating. One is a valid. Okay. See, do not go by those kind of books. Go for key answers officially. Those books have lot of errors. Those books are printed 2-3 years back, 2 years back sometimes. Okay. Yeah, go for it. One more assumption. Okay, after this we'll take on inference. Getting an idea what is an assumption? So you have to read between the lines. You have to get an implicit idea. Okay, back of the mind, what is the speaker is thinking through his words. You have to read the mind of the thinker there, speaker. This is doable. Come on. Neither. Okay, some of the great cities, New York, London, Paris, and he says iconic. Why they are well planned? Because heavy system approach were imposed on their precincts, means there is a proper boundary first of all. Okay, the New York is not expanding every day like Bangalore. Okay, the backbone of the system theory is the process of translating social, spatial, cultural desirables into mathematical models, computing, statistics, optimization, algorithms, formulating and solving problems. Okay, so whatever the problems which are arriving, to solve them, they have used multiple techniques here. Okay, the early universities of the West which began to train, this was the universities of what? Began to train professionals in planning, okay, spawned some of the most ingenious planners who were experts in these domains. This was because they were subjects absorbed into the planning curriculum that had its root in the social sciences. They understood their societal norms, okay, social science, their geography, architecture, okay. Planning in India and its education differ from the West. Differ from the West means if it is planned, okay, he's saying he's critical about in this part. Okay, most of the cities in India are unplanned only, isn't it? Okay, so what has to be understood there? Geography, architecture, and all what we need is computing, stats, okay, mathematical models, isn't it? Now, India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant to modern urban practice. What is he saying there? Why is he given that comparison? Why the analogy of West and India? What is he keeping in mind when he is comparing it with India? What India doesn't have, what they had? Planning, and the planning was based on what and what? That's a mainly the university's curriculum, isn't it or not? The curriculum was designed in such a way that it had, yeah, understanding about their social science, geography, architecture, isn't it or not? Okay, but see, India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant to what? Modern urban practices, isn't it? That's what the point India needs, isn't it? Okay, yeah, this is the point here he is emphasizing on. Okay, idane helak try martiradu back of the mind. That's what assumption you have to take from his words. Okay, what India doesn't had, what they had, what has to India take from this? Yeah, professionals and their knowledge relevant to the what? Requirements. Requirements means what? You have to understand the geography. You have to understand the social science. It has to be, see, it can't be an universal planning everywhere. Okay. Okay, so Indian universities at present have no capacity or potential to impart training in system approach. This is a definitive word. We don't have, he says, no capacity at all. Okay, we can't prove that India doesn't have at all. Okay, though we are having their implementation and their execution is at the very least. Okay, we can't see that examples. Understood? So more than this would be the most appropriate. So one only, or else leave. Okay, if you have a doubt what to do, leave in the first place. Okay, sir? Yeah, because at this point only, it took almost 4 minutes for you to read this one. Many of you took. So what to do? Yeah, we had only one question, right? One question after this passage. 1 or 2 questions? Only 1 question. Okay, can't be afforded. 2 question, huh? Okay. What is another one? Inference. Okay, inference bandag madana. Okay, look here now. So this is what the whole assumption is. Okay, I'll share this file with you. Okay, you do the remaining part of the assumptions. Similarly, another keyword is inference. What do you mean by inference? Anybody? Assumption is an unsaid idea which has to be implicit. Anything which I explicitly mention can't be an assumption. Okay, it's a fact there. Okay, anything which is a fact can't be assumed. Okay, it's already there in the domain. What is an inference there? Inferred one. What is the political inference, this word? In a general way. Okay, what's the understanding? What do you mean by your understanding, madam? Yeah, there is a statement there. Mr. Madan died at the age of 80 in the 50th year of his marriage. Is this a valid inference? Yes, sir. On what basis you say it's a valid inference? Inference is a what here? It's not a doubt. It's a conclusion itself. Okay, on what basis you will conclude? Based on the what? Knowledge or else fact. Knowledge is something which is reasonable, okay, which is logical, which is rational. Or else the fact, whatever which is there, I can show that and you can prove it. Isn't it or not? Now, if you subtract these two, okay, 50 minus 80, will I get 30? Can I prove it? Yes. Is it an assumption? No. Is it a conclusion? Yes. Okay, I deduce the facts using in the passage here to get this result, isn't it? So, whatever the conclusion you are getting there using the knowledge or the fact, knowledge is not something, see everywhere there is knowledge. If I prove it, it becomes fact. Getting? Okay. So, in the question, inference is followed by few statements. On the basis of information given in the what? Passage only. You have to make use of the knowledge or the facts given in the passage only to prove it explicitly. Okay. Assumption is implicit. This has to be explicitly proven. We have to check the truthfulness or falsify. Okay. Whether it's a true conclusion or else a false conclusion. Understood? Inference is stated explicitly in the paragraph or it follows beyond doubt. You have to prove it what? Beyond the reasonable doubt. If there is a doubt, can I say that's a conclusion? No, that's a possibility. Okay, anything which is a possibility cannot be an inference. Okay, understood? Yes, you have to prove it what? Beyond doubts. Okay, however, sometimes even if it is not directly stated in the paragraph, there will be something mentioned in the paragraph which will be very strongly supported. If it is something strongly supports, can I say that's a conclusion? Yes, anything conclusive is inferred. Okay, so it has to be proven what? Beyond the doubts. That's the key thing. But in the assumption, we could not prove it. Okay, that's an assumption, implicit. Irabohudu, agabohudu, hogabohudu. Idu agide. Okay, hua hai, ho sakta hai. Difference hai na? Okay, this is happened, isn't it? So Madan's married was 30. He got married at the age of 30. Next case. See, passage. There is a passage and there is an inference. Give me the truthfulness or falsify of this inference, whether it's a true or a false inference. You have to prove it using the knowledge or the fact beyond the doubts. ನನಗೆ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಇರಲೇಬಾರದು. Can't be an conclusion. Like maths completely. Is it? Sure. Yeah. On what basis you say Tanzania must revamp its resource allocation preferences? Has it been explicitly given as a fact here? No. Okay. But he says the Confederation of the Third World countries headed by Third World countries are what? Poor countries or else underdeveloped countries, can we say? Okay. Synonyms. Headed by President of Tanzania met the World Bank President, and the World Bank President advised the delegates that the poor countries must revamp. Poor countries must revamp means the part of poor country was Tanzania. Also has to, yeah, must revamp? Yes, must revamp. Understood? Okay. Yeah. Can we prove from the given passage that India was suffering food shortage in exactly 1978? In 1978. Can we prove it beyond doubts? We can't prove it. Sure. Can we prove it? Can or can't? Can't prove it. Sure. What's the ambiguity? It's false only. We can't prove it. Really? It is not only in the British period, but even long after independence. Till 1970s. 1970s means what? 1970 to 79 or 80 can I take? Yes, this is 1970s, right? Rural India was facing hunger. In between this window, do you have 1978? Yes, we can say. Continue. Rural India was facing hunger, famine and food shortage. The shortage of food grains which started in the early 50s. Early 50s means can I consider 50 to 55? Early 50s continued for about 2 decades. 2 decades. About 2 decades means plus 20 years if you take. This will be approximately 70 to 75. One of the information suggests that between 70 to 79, there is a possibility here of food shortage. But another one suggests that it's coming between 70 to 75. There is ambiguity, right? Okay, if both of this data supports 78, okay, 72, 79, if it was there, then I could have concluded. But one side it is been, but on the other side it's showing, yeah. Hence, this is not a valid inference because we cannot prove it beyond the doubts. There is ambiguity here. Understood? Okay. There is a passage and inference. Go ahead. What you require at this point of time is focused reading. That's it. Okay. Formal idira. Focus madi. It's not a PYQ. Focus on the details. ಅವನು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ ನಮಗೆ ಜೊತೆಲಿ. Both are valid. Sure, first one is valid. Both are not valid. Okay, Assam, which produces 450 million kg of tea annually, has the largest what? Largest plantation belt in the world with an area of 2,69,000 hectares. Okay, acre is not an SI unit, hectares is. And the state accounts for 53% of the total tea production. Okay, which state produces the highest, which state has the highest production of tea? Production of tea wise, Assam. But he says average yield per hectare. Do we know about the yield per hectare? No. Difference. So this is a yield per hectare. That is the overall production. Okay, in India, 53% comes from where? Assam. But there might be different regions where they can produce more yield per hectare. Okay, per hectare. Is it the same? No. Understood? Got it? A majority of the tea estates in Assam now are owned by small tea growers. See, look here now. The local industry in Assam employs 5.9 lakh workers who in turn have 6 lakh dependents. Today we have their 2472 tea estates are registered with the national tea boards, up from 848 in 1991 because of the entry of small tea growers. Because of the small tea growers, what is happening? From 848 to 2472. Is it the majority now, small tea growers? Majority ne tane, okay. Close to 1,700 we are having. So we can say yes. So only 2. 848 ididu, because of the small tea growers entry, it has reached 2472. Okay. Okay. Now, in 19th. Inference, 4 to 5 questions we can expect from inference. Okay, maybe more also. I have seen 8. 19 we have some 8 questions of inference. Inference is, keep in mind, what is the requirement? Conclusion, beyond doubts. Prove madabeku from not from our source of information, from above passage only. If I ask you the proof, you have to give me the proof. But assumptional proof kelakagtirlilla. Idea kelbeku. What is that? Doable. Inference is much easier than assumption. Or else if you are well versed with assumption, inference becomes easy. Munde erad node prove madad easy alvena. Don't lose the confidence. Don't worry. Okay, mistakes obviously ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. All 27 questions should not be attempted. ಹೇಳಿ. ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನು ಡೌಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Only 4 options, madam. No combination here. Sure. 2 ಯಾಕೆ eliminate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ? 4 is sure. 2. Okay, look here now. A bat's wings may look like sheets of skin, but underneath a bat has the same 5 fingers as an orangutan or a human. Okay, why? Maybe coincidence, huh? As of now, let's keep it. As well as a wrist connected to the same cluster of wrist bones connected to the same long bones of the arm. Okay, our long bones of the arm. What can be more curious that the hand of a man formed for grasping, okay, that for a mole for digging, and the legs of the horse, the paddle of the porpoise, and the wings of the bat should all constructed on the same pattern? If they are all constructed at the same pattern, as of now, we are here, humans. Before this one, okay, we were what? Isn't it? Before this, maybe we have a shared history, right? Isn't it? It's not a coincidence. It is a evolution. In evolution, what happens? One being will be evolved to another one, okay, with the time. So, different species having similar structure of hands is an example of biodiversity. It's not biodiversity. What is biodiversity? Definition. It's an ecosystem in which, okay, everybody, okay, symbiotically lives. Isn't it biodiversity? Limbs being used by a different species for different kind of work is an example of biodiversity? No, this is not at all about the biodiversity. It's about what? Evolution. Okay, and in this evolution, man and the aforementioned animals have similar structure of limbs is an example of coincidence. Evolution can't be coincidence. Evolution is what? Shared history, shared evolution. Isn't it? So one or the other way, we are sharing the evolution. So many of the features what we are having is shared with many other animals, okay, as today. 4 would be the appropriate. While framing the policy regarding water, we failed to do what? Whenever you are forming a policy, sustainability has to be kept in mind. Okay, not for immediate needs. Sustainability means what? We have to consider ecosystem, natural ecosystem from which the water is coming, or else its sources, okay, its channels. Isn't it? We cannot use it for today's purpose and we can destroy all its sources for tomorrow's. So we are failing in this case. That's what he says. Okay, diverse. One of the biggest ironies around the water is that it comes from rivers and other wetlands. Yet it is seen as diverse from them. While water is used as a resource, public policy does not always grasp that it is a part of natural ecosystem. Efforts at engineering water systems are thus efforts at augmenting water supply. We just focus on what? Getting water supplied to our households, isn't it? Okay, pipelines, channels, okay, dams, reservoirs. But are we focusing much on, yeah, conserving the wetlands, rivers? No, our policy doesn't have this one. Okay, that's what the policy has to understand, that also grasping. Okay, rather than strengthening the capacities of ecological system. If we strengthen the ecological systems under our policy, then obviously that will be directly reflected on what? Water supply. So what has to be done? To get your water supply, what has to be augmented, or else what has to be strengthened? Ecological systems, okay, through the policy. Rivers and other wetlands should be protected under Ramsar Convention. This is something specific, okay, under Ramsar Convention. Okay, it's thinking that you guys are knowing about Ramsar Convention gottalla. Okay, let's keep this one as of now. Okay, if you don't get anything much more than appropriate, let's go for this. Afterwards, engineering water system should be modernized and further augmented. See, water systems should not be modernized and augmented. What has to be augmented? Ecological systems, from where we are drawing the water. Okay, that has to be. Wetlands need to be reinforced as more than just open source of water. Okay, let's keep this. Water supply should not be free of cost. Is it about charging anywhere there? No, this is irrelevant to the above passage, right? Among these two, see, wetland need to be what? Reinforced. Reinforced means what? It has to be strengthened. Reinforcement ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಈಗ. Okay, ಏನಂತೀರಪ್ಪ ನೀವು ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ reinforcement? ಮಧ್ಯ ಕಂಬಿಗಳು ಹಾಕಲ್ವಂದ್ರೆ TMT ಬಾರ್ಗಳು. Support system, yes, reinforced as more than just open source of water. Okay, we have to protect them. We have to reinforce them. This is the whole idea. Rather than this would be more appropriate. That's what he says. Most logical. Though two things, okay, two options looked logical, but one of them is most logical. Okay. Yeah. P ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. Go for a theme of the passage. What is the observation? What happened when there was LED light and when there is sodium light, street light alirtitala? What happened? Okay, then sodium light or low intensity lights? Low intensity light was shown to inhibit rather than induce. Inhibit means reduced, okay, lesser. Induced means flourish, okay, increase. Option A, yeah, madam. There is a comparison here. There was a research happened for a amber light and also street light. Okay, light hackbitty. Okay, what happened? The low intensity amber light. This is low intensity. In this low intensity, they show to inhibit, reduced. Okay, flowering in the wild plant of pea family. If there is a reduction in the flowering, what happens to the dependents? They also will reduce, right? Okay, their source of food will be less. Source of food for the pea inhibits in grassland. The number of aphids was also significantly suppressed under the light treatment due to the limited amount of food ability. Why limited amount of food? Because the light also was what? Limited. Low intensity limited. So what is required to produce food? Proper lighting. Isn't it? If there is a proper lighting, there will be flowers. If there are flowers properly, then there will be, yeah, isn't it? Diversity of, okay, P will be. So now go for the options. Yavdu? Which one? B. D. Yes. Isn't it? Low intensity light has more adverse effect on the plants as compared to the high intensity light. It's not about the adverse. Okay, see. Adverse effect alla. Proper lighting beku. Okay, it's not affecting it. Because of poor lighting, it is happening. Not because of low intensity light, it's only directly happening. No. Because of, see, proper intensity of light in an ecosystem is important not only for what? Plants, but also for animals. Isn't it? That's the whole point here. Or else if you keep this and this, the more appropriate will be this one. Yes. Light pollution. It's not about the pollution here. It's a research. White light is better for the, no, it's not better. It's contradicting. Isn't it? Okay, madam, we can argue for anything here. But compared to this and this, okay, if I have to eliminate one of them with the context of the passage, which would be better? For a better, huh? What happened to the low intensity? Has he mentioned it's a low intensity? The light, the intensity of the light is low, right? Isn't it or not? The meaning of this one, in this case, suppressed. Meaning there might be better chance here, it has been, okay, induced. See, argument can be anywhere. Okay, you can drag the arguments, but this is a closed-ended one. We have to pick one among this. So this would be the more appropriate one. Okay. Convince agi. Adra. Oh. What can be concluded? Conclusion. You have to come to the conclusion. This is what you are going to do. Okay, GSL nodi 20 question, 25 question ingene irutadi nimage. Know your surroundings. We are already hacked in one or the other form, right? Okay. If they want to make use of whatever the information is being hacked, they can be used. Can be used. Okay. Anywhere, any form. So, C. Stringent data security laws are needed. Is it about the laws? Or else C. It's a cross boundary, right? How can you restrict with laws anything which is digital? ಏನರಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟೋ ಕದೀತಾರೆ. So cyber security has to be taken seriously by the companies. Whatever seriously it can be, see, but as of now, if you see, whatever the security, whatever the firewall if you are putting, neat, ಮಾನ್ಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ, neat paper ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆಯಲ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ firewall crack ಮಾಡೋದು? Is it or not? What would be the most appropriate inference critically? It's a very simple one. The whole passage is nothing but what? The computers are not completely safe. So be careful. That's the whole point. Okay, you cannot completely rely on the computers only. Okay, for each and everything. But if you are using it, use it safely. Okay, how? We don't know. The most appropriate answer would be what? Computers are not completely safe. Okay, yeah, simple. That's it. ಏನೋ ದೊಡ್ಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಪಿ ಎಸ್ ಸಿ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ನೋ, it's not safe. That's it. That's what he's saying. Okay, all these IoTs, whatever you are wearing, they are sending messages in one or the other way. Maharashtra banned, has to remove the apps, right? Rapido, Uber, they are sending the informations of whatever your commutation. Many a times these kind of passages are being occurred, 23, 24, 25, everywhere. Okay, about the Ola, Uber also. Do this one. Why do you require good corporate governance? Corporate governance. What is good corporate governance? Good accountability. Here also very simple option. Yeah, guys. B. What harms the corporate governance? Yeah, okay. Petitions basically, you go with the agenda anywhere, it harms in a long time. Has been a rapid growth in the international capital market. Rather than going with the political agenda, effective corporate governance, okay, will enhance. If your governance, if your terms are good, then what happens? You can fetch external financing by the firm, leading to greater investment. Okay, your credibility, right, basically proves in the external market. Then higher growth employment. Investors look to place their funds also. Okay, and the standards of disclosure of timely, that's what your terms, your standards of disclosure, timely, accurate financial reporting, and of equal treatment to all stakeholders are met. Then what happens? Your credibility will increase. Okay, your governance is your credibility. If your corporate governance is good, your credibility increases and leads to many positive things. Okay. See, elephants, keystone again. One or two wildlife. In GS also he'll be asking wildlife related, and also one of the keystone species. See, what will be? Elephants are the keystone species, and their benefit, and they benefit the biodiversity. Biodiversity is where they live. Okay, it helps everything which is in the ecosystem there. Okay, ecosystem is a part of biodiversity. No ambiguity right here. Okay, this kind of question. Okay. We have done this one, right? Okay, but this is inference. Yeah, go for the inference. Food wastage. Inference, assumption ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹೇಳಿ B. Totally ಇರಬೇಡ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ. Come on. See, look here now. You understood this one, right? We have already read this one. Okay, if I see here, land productivity is adversely affected by the prevailing trend of food loss and wastage. Is it happening? Land degradation? Yes, agree. So where is 2? 2, 2. Okay, 2. Can I eliminate C? Yes. Then reduction in the loss and wastage of food results in the lesser carbon footprints. Yes, he says carbon dioxide release also here. Yes. 3 if I take here, 2 and 3. Yav eliminate madri idunna. Okay, so between these two, 1, the current methods of food distribution are solely responsible for the loss and wastage of food. No, many more reasons may be there, but solely we can't say. He says what? 1/3 of the food produced from the human. We can say, okay, we prove about 1/3, but solely no. Hence, what is the appropriate one? 2 and 3. Also, you see, post-harvest technologies to prevent the or reduce the loss and wastage of food are not available. Can you prove it's not available from the above passage? Something which we don't know, can't be concluded. Okay, irbodu illenu irbodu. It might be there, it might not be there also, but we cannot conclude there, not available. Hence what? Okay, yeah, do this last question. Oh, ide madi, same thing. Inference. Last question, focus ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Don't do the same in the exam. Okay, though you are going through the last question, there is a chance you leave the question there. Okay, at least avoid the negative. Last question mark ಮಾಡೋದು ನೀವು. ಏನ madam? You already have gone through this one. A is it? Curriculum for urban planning courses. See, this helps. Okay, to the previous case also. ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ doubt ಆಗಲೇ. The curriculum has to be established, right? Curriculum for urban planning courses should have diverse. Yes, of course. What are those diverse domains? Social science, geography, architecture. Okay, and also there has to be interdisciplinary approach. Okay, isn't it? Yes. In India, city administration is under the bureaucracy. Irrelevant here. In India, the management of urban area is local affair. Irrelevant here. With high density of population and widespread poverty in our urban areas planned. Okay, A would be the most appropriate. Okay, what you learned from the assumption and inference? Assumption is a idea, okay, which you have to can't prove. You have to sense it. This has to be proven. Understood? Okay, so basically assumption is on the tougher side. If you know how to handle the assumption, practice more. Okay, inference you can deal. So today we have done assumption and inference. Okay, assumption and inference. As I have told, one thing is assumption and inference. Okay, the second thing is about the idea, which is idea, message, crux, everything is same. And the another one is, yeah, outcome. Okay, outcome is corollary and implication and implied. Okay, that also will be taking in the tomorrow's session. Okay, tomorrow also will be having session. Maybe 1:30 to 2 to 5 irutte. Between 2 to 5. Okay, try ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಹೊರಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ? 5 tomorrow. 2 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಆಯ್ತು ನೋಡೋಣ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. Okay, classroom availability ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Okay guys, see, I'll share these files with you. The remaining you try to solve. And also, see, I have taken the last 5 years only. Before also you have lot many questions. Any year, any question is good only. When it comes to the UPSC's RC, okay, it's always good. Nobody can frame questions and also the passage like UPSC do. Okay, you rely on only the PYQs only. Okay guys, thank you. See you tomorrow.